of Purple Power Live, direct from Los Angeles at about 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the West Coast. And how is everybody? So, where is everyone from tonight? Where is everyone tuning in? We're simulcast tonight on Instagram if you're tuning in on Instagram as well. Where is everyone from? Wisconsin in Instagram. Uh, then I see, uh, then I see someone from hello. From someone for purple. Someone from Minnesota. There we go. In Pennsylvania, Kentucky, and then New Jersey, Washington, and then we have Mississippi, New York, New Jersey, Columbia, Perkins, Illinois, Indiana, California, Bedford, Wisconsin, Kentucky, Bronx, Georgia, Calexico, Michigan, Clearwater. Wow. Indiana, Oklahoma, Virginia, Philadelphia, Washington, Colorado, Texas, and then we got Georgia in the house, Texas as well. And then we have Memphis, beautiful town, Pennsylvania, Albany. Ooh, it's probably cold there. Flint, Michigan, tuning in. Ohio, Virginia's in the room. SoCal's in the room. From the Calcino, Sunshine State. Cartagena, Edith from Colombia is tuning in. Hello, Edith again. Ohio, Big Bear. Oh, wow, Big Bear's tuning in. Big Bear Media. Um, Chicago, and then Sacramento is tuning in. Memphis girls tuning in. SC, South Carolina, or Southern California, not quite sure. Grand Rapids, Idaho. Sacramento's tuned in. Georgia, a couple of Georgias in the house. Idaho as well. Kissimmee. Oh, and I didn't bring my notes on set again. Oh my lord. Wait a sec. It's like last night all over again. Okay, I got them. Thank God I didn't have to reach very far. Texas, Washington, San Diego, Wahukan, Larry Maui is in the room. Sean is in the room, and Central Coast, Prescott, Arizona. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Minnesota, Arkansas is tuning in, and Los Angeles. Wow, someone's tuning in from LA. Chicago is in the room. I'm in stereo, someone said. Niagara Falls. Oh, how beautiful. Wow, really quite beautiful. Michigan, San Jose, Indiana. Someone's always saying, "What did I miss?" So that's my favorite line. What did I miss? Oregon. You missed a $20,000 stimulus check going out tomorrow. That's what that was Tennessee, Indiana, Wisconsin, Utah, Vancouver, Washington. Wow, Maine. Miss Utah, Orleans, Indiana, Los Angeles, West Virginia. Anyone else international? We don't have anyone else international tonight. We had a couple earlier today. We had my wonderful Philippine viewers, and uh, we have some people from the Calcino. Calcino's in the United States, so that doesn't count. Who knows? Someone says, you know. Well, we will see if some more international viewers join us in a second. So, Bangkok. So, John Rogers from Bangkok. Hello, John Rogers from Bangkok. So, you may win the award for tonight for the furthest tuning in viewer. Puerto Rico in IG. Lisa is back in from Puerto Rico. John Rogers from wow, that's really exciting. Just exciting, exciting, exciting. Um, that's just wow. Bangkok in the room. The moon. Cowcito, California. Oh my God, I love that. Hawaii. We have two people in the room from Hawaii, so there we go. People like the shirt. I appreciate it. It's actually been cool today because it's a thick shirt. So, um, that's Chris with a lot of emojis. Harrisburg, Mississippi. So there you go. My vocal is in sync with my mouth. You still gangster. So someone says my I am voice delayed on Instagram. So there you go. Uh wow. So let me get to my wife says hello from heaven. Well, hello to heaven. Let me tune into the things that you need to look for for your state stimulus. So pull out a pen and paper. If you this is for people who have looked for stimulus in your city, state, and county and cannot find it. Here are the organizations that are doing things for you. Picture but no sound. Someone says picture but no sound. On YouTube, they say there's no sound. Can you hear me? I, there's 367 people that responded so far, so someone gonna hear me. That would just be, that sounds okay, says Barbara. Well, I appreciate that. So pull off the pen and paper and let's get to it. Mississippi. If you are in Mississippi, anyone in Mississippi, this is where you want to look for your free rent. Mercy House, Home Saver, Salvation Army. Okay. Philadelphia, there's a new stimulus package coming out for where you are. Indiana, go to indianahousing.org and 211. In Mississippi, also MSHDA, eviction diversion. In Kentucky, Community Action. In Pennsylvania, United Way. In New York, One Shot. In Michigan, Salvation Army. In Arizona, New Leaf. In Georgia, United Way. For military members, military one source.mil. For heating across the country, HEAP, HEAP. For mortgage assistance, Chase is doing mortgage assistance. For Rhode Island Housing Authority, and also Crossroads. In Texas, 211, and El Paso Project for El Paso Project Bravo. What's important to understand is that for gifts during the holiday season, United Way, Salvation Army, Toys for Tots. For organizations that you should absolutely consider in nearly every single city across the country for rent, potentially, you should consider potentially United Way, Community Action, Salvation Army, and Catholic Charities. So those are the ones, I'll say it again, Catholic Charities, United Way, Salvation Army, and Community Action are the ones that you should consider for rent across the country, no matter where you live, and also for utilities. So there you go. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the alert, so that you don't miss a video when I go live. Also, watch Purple today, in which I explain how to go apply for this. What do you do? And how to go through the process of going to each of these places. And the great news that we now know is that there is really um, stimulus for purposes of rent, food, and for also utilities across the board that allows you to get it in nearly everywhere in this country. And so, what's important to understand is that that relief is available nearly everywhere. Um, what I want you to do is you start with your city, your county, and your state housing authority, and sometimes there's a city housing authority you would never have known about. So San Bernardino County, someone got rent in San Bernardino County. Quasimodo, I just got 75,000 from City Hall. So Quasi, what city are you in? And what was it, the city or was it the city housing authority? So there is someone who just got 75,000. Incredible. I applied for rental assistance for community action. It takes a few weeks, but if you get on the list, you're good. Big Bear Media Plus. So Big Bear, someone also got. I don't know if you're in, if this qualifies for you geographically, but someone got it in San Bernardino from San Bernardino Housing Authority. Got rent from San Bernardino Housing Authority. Where do you get gifts in Indiana? Community, that is United Way, Salvation Army, and Toys for Tots. That's across the country. Across the country for toys, Toys for Tots, United Way, and Salvation Army. If anyone knows of any other organizations that are paying, that are giving toys for adults, or for people over the age of 16, 17, 18, certainly share that as well, because that is really needed as well for the that is also needed as well for viewers who have had problems finding it. I don't mean those type of adult toys. You know what I'm referring to. So there you go. For any of my volunteers or anyone that that is always has my back, take screen grabs of things in the chat that you might be taking screen grabs. I'm making mental notes as well tonight. So with that, anyone have success stories for rent or things across the board before we get to questions? Because ultimately, your success story helps for Louisiana for rent assistance and gifts for kids, Louisiana State Housing Authority, and also for Urban League. There you go. That's always helpful. Um, I want a toy and I'm a senior citizen. Absolutely. That's the magic ingredient. Absolutely. How's it going tonight? It's going good, Land Shark. Thank you for the support earlier in the um, in the badge. I really appreciate it. Kentucky community actions only offering money for electric and water for past due bills. Okay, so good. So thank you for that help. Massachusetts Housing Authority raft program rental assistance accepting applications. Okay, so that one really fast on the screen. Um, Mildred just dropped a really good one. Massachusetts Housing Authority raft program is accepting rental assistance applications. So there you go. RAFT, if there are volunteers in the room, Massachusetts Raft is helping with rent. So that's really great assistance. In Arkansas, someone in the IG room is explaining that St. James Baptist Church in Fayetteville, Arkansas is helping with rent. Good, 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 good. Anyone else that has any great success that they have something to share with? Walmart was doing a contest of $1,000. Ooh, interesting. In Louisiana, some people have gotten rent, a big rent in Louisiana, actually. The very first week that I was doing that on this channel. What does MD have? Maryland. Maryland was announcing a stimulus program a few days ago. I didn't get to see what happened. They're giving out New Jersey, Newark. They're giving out rent assistance in Newark and also small businesses up to 25,000. United Way and Salvation Army. So is for Lorraine, do you mean it's coming from Salvation Army and United Way? Oh, or I think she means in addition to United Way and Salvation Army. So she says Newark is doing rent assistance right now. Um, so that's really good. Um, St. Vincent de Paul, Massachusetts is helping with utilities and gifts. Wow, we're getting great information tonight. So St. Vincent de Paul is helping with gifts and more in Massachusetts. Rental assistance in Houston. So Houston has a grant now. Before that, it was Catholic Charities. Community Actions paying for rent and utilities in Nebraska. So there you go. Peyton is volunteering that the information that Community Actions paying for rent and utilities in Nebraska. Yeah, anything New Jersey, I've all had dead ends. So, IG, I hope you just heard what I said about the one person just said about New Jersey. That was very helpful. Um, Landshark Vegas says Envy Energy or Southwest Gas maybe both have credited my utilities accounts for gas and electric the last 2 months. I've only been back accomplished back a couple bucks. I didn't have to do anything. Wonderful. St. Vincent de Paul in Washington is helping. So I don't know what St. Vincent de Paul is, but this is the second mention of St. Vincent de Paul. We're only 14 minutes of this video, and we have a lot of stuff that's happening that's really good tonight. So St. Vincent de Paul in Washington is helping as well. Santa's Workshop in Colorado for toys. Ooh, really exciting. La Casa Pedro in Newark, New Jersey for rent assistance. Wow. So what is La Casa Pedro? So we sort of get a context for this because this is really great. Yeah, there's a lot of info is tonight. What is La Casa Pedro? So people would, if they're not in New Jersey, they could consider those type of things somewhere else. Philadelphia Welfare is giving extra food stamps. Wonderful, says Gabrielle in the IG room. Nothing in Florida. Oh, there's stuff everywhere in Florida, Cynthia. There's absolutely everything in Florida. Orange County had a stimulus check. Broward, Miami-Dade, Palm all had rent. I've had viewers get tons of money in Florida. Florida has money everywhere. St. Vincent de Paul Catholic Church. So I guess that's I guess it's a denomination, and they're helping with rent. Wayne County, Michigan, got $500 rent. Melody just volunteered something. $500 rent, $500 payment to workers hit by COVID. The deadline is December 15th. Wonderful, Melody. Where are the places they're giving gifts to adults? Yeah, let's ask that question. Does anyone know what's giving Christmas gifts to adults? Because we all know about Christmas gifts for young little kids, but how about for adults? Is Toys for Tots doing? Well, let's Tots. Is any organization doing anything for gifts? Catholic Charities Diocese of Kentucky for rent and utilities. So that's good. So I'm gonna presume that Catholic Charities is a good default to for Kentucky. I get a Kentucky about that a lot. Questions about hello from Monterrey. ¿Cómo estás, Carlos? I get a lot of questions about Kentucky. So now we can consider um, Catholic Charities. Does help south of Nevada help with anything in Las Vegas? I don't know. St. Vincent de Paul for almost all Catholic churches for rent. Wait, let me read that again. So this is this Saint Vincent de Paul, almost every Catholic church for rent. What is Saint Vincent de Paul? Because I don't know, I've never heard of it. So I'm learning something new tonight. Catholic Charities Hawaii stopped taking applications, too many. Interesting. What is St. Vincent de Paul? Is it a denomination? Is it like Catholic Charities? Is it a is it national? La Casa Pedro helps with rent utilities always. Newark, New Jersey is paying up to 3 months rent or $2,000 back rent. Wow, this is incredible. Wow, this is incredible. My son went through his toys uh, and donated some to a needy family close to our town. Wonderful. Saint Vincent de Paul is a Catholic church. It's a branch of the Catholic Church that helps everybody. That's wonderful. It's a charitable thing through each archdiocese is Catholic Church. Wow, that's wonderful. I never learned of this. It has resale shops at cheap. Oh, wonderful. St. Vincent de Paul is another thing to consider for rent, utilities, potentially, and more. Absolutely wonderful. It also has a thrift store like Goodwill. Wow, that's incredible. It's been around for a while, but I've never had any luck with St. Vincent de Paul. Well, that's excellent. Wow. Is it across the country? People are asking where does St. Vincent de Paul exist? Is it national or is it only regional? Um, I guess it's I certainly we've heard New Jersey, but it is national, says Peyton. Okay, so I think he's referring to me. So uh, Dreamweaver mentions St. Vincent de Paul a lot. This is wonderful. So this is all really exceptional. Um, One in Colorado. Okay, great. So now we're making real great progress. This is really good. Um, it is everywhere. They also have a food bank. Wonderful. So let's go back to that question earlier that someone had about adult toys. No jokes, please. There are some seniors who would like some Christmas gifts. There are some adults who cannot afford Christmas gifts. Do we know of anything that is doing something for that? Because we're now getting that question a lot. Um, and if you know anything, the screen just went blank. I don't see any comments on it. Just sort of, where'd it go? Don't see anything in it. There he goes. Hello from Texas. Um, There's one in Riverside County. I think they're referring Toys for Tots in. Oh, now there's a lot of comments. Now it's zooming up. Um, no adult gifts in Ohio. Um, perishable foods. Yeah, I know that. Um, churches are doing dinners for seniors. Yes, I know about the food, but I'm wondering about Salvation Army has senior programs and local churches. Oh, that's great. There we go. We all need gifts for us if we get our stimulus from our government. Nothing in my city that I know of that I'm in Minnesota. Well, there we go. So this has been a great broadcast so far. We have really gotten a good sense of relief. St. Vincent de Paul joins the group. St. Vincent de Paul's worldwide, says Kimberly. So St. Vincent de Paul joins Community Action, United Way, uh, Salvation Army, and organizations like New Leaf for rent and utilities that is helping across the country. So this is really good. Thank you. I appreciate the nice comments from H. Susie in IG. Um, Toys for Tots, Massachusetts. In need of some clothes. Anyone, was that a question, Chuck, or is that for referring to what St. Vincent de Paul does? No gifts for adults. So people are having problems finding for hello, Luvela from the Philippines. Wonderful. I think there's two people now in the room from the Philippines. So do we know of anything that does toys for adults? We don't have them. I have too many. I have too many clothes, someone said. Any help in Louisiana? Yes, across the board. State Housing Authority, Urban League, and then everything that we've talked about so far. Absolutely. Um, Toys for Tots in Alabama. So, Carl, when you said Toys for Tots in Alabama, they do have adult toys for people that are 16 years or older. Because some viewers saying they were having problems with finding toys for anyone over 16 years of age. What is the status of the six $300 unemployment? I don't think it's going to happen. The FPUC, I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to have to all wait to January to take care of it retroactive 20 weeks, more than $300. I've never heard of adult toys since someone said. Loving the festive vibes. I appreciate that. Pennsylvania is getting extra SAP. Good. Um, try churches for gifts for adults. That's a good concept. I'm looking for financial help to get an apartment due to a fire that I had in Florida, based out of Orlando. Maybe SBA, small z. Go to sba.gov. Sometimes they have relief for natural disasters. Um, tell us about student loans, someone just asked. So, student loans are going to get taken care of. Who asked the question? Let me see. Tia, student loans will get taken care of. The question is when. Um, there's been a lot of Democrats urging Joe to do a executive order for student loans, but this would be for federal student loans. So if your student loans are federally backed, you're the one you should be excited because they may get forgiven, they may get halted for repayment. So that's coming in January. Anything in Northern California, Kathy. So Northern California, everything that we've been talking about so far on this channel tonight, which is utilities certainly, Catalina as well, Los Angeles, anything for rent, generally not from the government, not from the government for rent. Stimulus of utilities, yes, from utility companies, yes, 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 from utility companies. But now we're hearing about all these religious organizations and nonprofits that are helping for rent, whether it's Catholic Charities, St. Vincent de Paul, United Way, Salvation Army, and things like that, Community Action. So there we go. Um, someone asked a question about EIDL. Let me grab it. Winnie, they asked me to send in a 456T and a copy of my tax return. What does that mean for my EIDL? They may be trying to ask for verification that you actually had that activity and that amount of income. So there you go. Thank you, Grandma Ducky, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Do you think they'll ever pay us retroactive stimulus back to July ever? My opinion is they'll pay you something retroactive. I have a feeling they're going to try to um, squirm squirm out of paying you more than retroactive September, and then I think they're going to try to get the number down as low as possible. I think when we talk about millions and millions and millions and millions of people getting $12,000 each, that just freaks out congressional leaders. And this is why I wanted them to do it when they should have done it in July. Because had Nancy accepted Steve Mnuchin's $400 back in July or August, then you would have been receiving $400 a week. No one would think about it. You're just getting $400 a week. Now that we look back at it and we're like, okay, it's 30 weeks ago at $400 a week. 30 times 4 is what? $12,000? I don't know how I'm doing the math really fast in my head, but it's like $12,000. So we're going to send out $12,000 to like 10 million Americans. Where are we going to get the money for that? I can just see this sort of running through their head. And things that are that massive amount of money, I just worry they're not going to take care of it. So there you go. Um, Reports are Democrats are suggesting stimulus for vaccine. Not true. Not true. Thank you, Tia, for the super chat. Not true. Worried they won't do that. Um, yeah, I'm worried they don't go back far enough. Hello, Freddie from the Philippines. How are you? Um, how are you? The what about what about are we getting the stimulus soon? So what's up with the $1,200 stimulus? So yeah, if you missed check, which evening's check, which was right before this, it's in the pinned comment to this video. Um, let me describe what are the pins. In this video, I think is the pinned comment to check. I can't recall. And then over here in the chat is a link to the community page of LLA. On check, I detailed that next week is going to be the break or make week for the check, and I think it's going to make it, but we will see. Well, $800 billion would be enough for $5,000 check, says Landshark. Absolutely, it would be. Absolutely. $1,200 check coming in 2022. No. Damascus, Oregon. What about adult dependents? We need to, Tanya asked a great question. Um, we really need to get the messaging out loud and clear to Bernie to make sure that's taken care of because Bernie wants adult dependents to have a check. It's just the language is a little strange. So that is one of the issues that is at hand. Um, energy in Louisiana is helping with energy. Wonderful. SSI and SSDI, Lorraine, that would come in January. Bernie needs adult dependence. I missed the comments. The comments are moving really fast tonight. There you go. Do you really believe they're going to give a larger relief package in January? Yeah. Um, but I think there's going to be a shock moment in January. I really do think there's going to be a shock moment, and the shock is going to come to Joe Biden because what about the EIDL grants? Yeah, they're going to do EIDL grants definitely because the Republicans want that as well. What about Chattanooga, Tennessee? Yeah, so everything that I've been talking about in this video, you and also the privates, United Way, Community Action, Salvation Army, St. Vincent de Paul, and Catholic Charities. Does Kentucky give out checks? No, just like here's a check, here's a check. No, they don't just give out checks. Uh, will we get the $2,000 a month? The Harris plan? Um, boy, you know, to get that, you would need the Senate to be Democrat, and if the Senate is Democrat, then the ceiling, the sky is the limit. If the Senate falls to the Democrats, the sky is the limit. If it does not, the ground may be the limit. I mean, you could see real big problems if the Senate does not fall to the Democrats. So I don't know. It's looking that PUA is not going to be extended, right? No. PUA and UI would be extended. That is really sort of the safe bet for next week. I think the PUA UI and the stimulus check starting to look really good for next week for 1 month. Um, $2,000 a bus, term limits, absolutely. Um, so there you go. What about the first stimulus check? Will adult dependents still get that? No. So if you didn't qualify for the first stimulus check, they're not going to fix that one. So if you didn't qualify for the first stimulus check, they're not going to come back and say, "Oh, we're fixing it now. We're going to send you a check because you didn't get the first one." That's not going to happen. Is hazard pay still in play? Yeah. So hazard pay would be in January. Everyone wants that. The question is how much. If it's Democratic Senate, then 10. If it's not, then it's going to get watered down. There's no way you're going to get $10,000 from Mitch. I just found out someone been getting PUA under my social. Will I be able to recover? Um, you won't be able to get the money yourself, but they'll be prosecuted and go to jail. Absolutely. Um, have you heard anything about the taking out for child support? I've not heard anything about child support yet from this week's bill for the $1,200 to $2,000. Um, we need stimulus before Christmas, by Christmas. There is no way to physically get the stimulus check by December 25th unless they pass it on Monday, which is never going to happen. So at the moment, the possibility is it arrives the day or two after Christmas, like the 27th. But there's no way to physically get it by the 25th unless they do it right on Monday, which I just don't see that happening. Um, yeah, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit the alert button. Please subscribe and also for clarification, because I know it got a little bit messy throughout the day, LALATE does have an official Facebook page. Not going to say that again. LALATE does have an official Facebook page. It's facebook.com/LALATE news. LALATE does not have a group page or whatever they call those things. Group, group, group thing. And so the official LALATE Facebook page is facebook.com/LALATE news. Anything other than that is fake. Can we please see your Christmas tree? Yes, you will see the Christmas tree. You will see it on Holidays LALATE. And I need to, when Holidays LALATE goes back to a tape show, which maybe starts tomorrow, then you're going to see the progression of it. And you'll see the progression of it. It's half done. So, and you'll see me buying it. I wish I had made more footage when I was buying it, but I got 3 minutes of footage, me buying it and getting it ready. So you're gonna see that. I should shoot some footage tomorrow before it's finished because I like the progression. And then you'll see the finished product, which won't be finished tomorrow. So there you go. Um, what's your real? So the tree is real, and it's what do you call it? It's not noble. It's Douglas. It's a Douglas fir. It's a Douglas fir. It's real. Is PUC going to be $300 for sure? It's not going to be $300. I don't think the FPUC is going to get into the CR. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Are they extending unemployment for self-employed? Yeah, they have to. PUA and UI, they absolutely have to. Will Bill Biden have to fight to give us the? That was a great question. Will Biden have to fight to give us the stimulus in January? Yes, absolutely. Um, this whole thing about the Democratic Senate versus the Republican Senate is a very serious issue. It's not a small issue. It's really big issue. And the issue is if the Senate stays the way it is now, I don't know if Joe Biden is mentally ready to deal with what he's facing because, you know, there were a lot of news reports today on broadcast news that they were not happy that Joe Biden was picking career politicians for his cabinet seats. He was picking career politicians whose entire livelihood has been working in the federal government. Um, but the concern is that Joe Biden has not done anything to sort of, how do you say it, work the room, you know, smooth Mitch, smooth, so start, going out for lunch or something, smooth it out. You got to start smoothing it out because if you come in January, it's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. I just sense real problems. And the thing that really scares the hell out of me, it scares the bejesus out of me every time I hear it, is when Joe Biden talks about the $7 million infrastructure plan. I'm like, Joe, what do you want? He doesn't want $3 million in stimulus. He wants like $5 million in stimulus. You want $5 million in stimulus, and then you want $7 million in infrastructure. So you want to spend 14. Did I say billion? I meant trillion. You want to spend 14 trillion in 2 months? Wait a second. We spent 3 trillion in March. When we spent 3 trillion in March, the national debt doubled. You got that context? 3 trillion doubled the national debt. So you come in and say, I want to spend like what? 10 trillion, 12 trillion. 12 trillion, you're gonna take the national debt to go from like 1 to 4. I think some Democrats are going to just go. I think some Democrats go, this is insane. You can't just spend this type of money like this. And he says, well, we're going to build things, we're going to build that, and it's like, okay, but where the hell is $14 trillion going to come from? So it's just, um, it is scary when I see these numbers. They're just enormous, enormous numbers. And yeah, higher taxes. You can't spend $14 trillion and just assume it's going to be sitting around. And I think that I think this Treasury Secretary is going to say you're crazy. You're crazy. There's no way to recap $14 trillion from somewhere. It's just not around. The decimal button on the Calcino calculator is broken, says Landshark in the IG room. Uh, it's just, will we get a check by the 28th? Because that's my birthday. So let's do the math for Kimberly and let's wish Kimberly an early birthday. Everyone wish Kimberly an early birthday. Happy birthday, Kimberly. Well, the 28th, it would be 10 days before that. It would have to be voted upon. That's the 18th of December. And so what is the 18th of December? Today is the 11th. So, well, it has to be done by then. So the 7-day extension today ends a week from today. So they have to get it done by the 28th. So you would have to get the check by the 28th. The only case in which you would not get the check by the 28th is you're not set up for electronic or your bank does bank processing slowly, so it would add 3 more days to it. So there you go. Oh my God, now we have all these December birthdays coming in the room. Small biz. My birthday's on the 16th. Well, happy birthday to you. So like, my birthday's today, Cheryl. Happy birthday, Cheryl. Uh, Suddenly everyone has a birthday. Open up. Suddenly I got to give birthday wishes to the entire room. Happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday, Kimberly, and everyone has a birthday today. Mine's January 16th. Happy birthday, Catalina. Mine was the first, Sherry. Happy birthday. My God, everyone's a December birthday. We're all December birthdays. This is my Lord. Oh my goodness. Why is everyone born in December in this room? Mine is next month. Okay, well, there we go. Mine is the 18th. Glenn, happy birthday from Glenn on the 18th. Everyone's mine's on the 29th, Edward, but happy birthday. My Lord, mine's the 18th. There's another. Is this a joke? No, you're punking me. Angela's is the 18th. Happy birthday, Angela. Mine's the 24th, says Diane. Oh my God. Happy December birthday to everyone. This is just... Oh my God. JC on the 28th. This is, Sir Lloyd, the entire herd. Christy here. She's the 25th. Today's my unbirthday. Mine is June. Okay, Jorge's December 14th. Yeah, I think you're fucking me. There's only 974 people in the room. I was 973 born in December. What's going on here? This is out of my birthday. All the zodiac signs. It's like it's like a zodiac imbalance in this room. It's like the zodiac imbalance is just killing me. My son's birthday is December 17th. What's going on? The entire herd of the cows are just shocked by the Sagittarius. Oh my goodness. Okay, so with that, don't miss Check from Evening Show. What did I just miss? I just checked the rows. Like, what I just missed? You just missed everyone's birthday. Chef Roberto wants to wish everyone a happy birthday as well. Chef Roberto, I appreciate that. Dreamweavers, my grandson is the 16th, so there we are. I'm a New Year's birthday, says Melissa. Well, happy birthday to the entire room and the universe and all of Mitch's lobsters and all of Nancy's hairstylists, of which there's probably only one. And happy birthday to everyone else. And don't miss Evening's Check, which is in the pinned comment to this video. And join me tomorrow morning on Early Mornings LA at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, stay informed, stay focused, and stay LA for more.